Shabbat Shalom, Mishpacha, and a Gadol Shabbat Shalom, a happy high holiday, Chag Sameach, and during this time of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. So let us begin by our petition. Baruch Hashem, we thank you, Abba, that you have protected us all along this week, provided our food, clothing, and shelter, and safe travels for us. As we go out of our homes and as we come back, you have provided us the means and the protection that we need, that was available to us all this time. We thank you, Father, for blessing us continually. We thank you for protecting us continually. We thank you for safeguarding us continually. And we thank you for keeping us healthy and whole. And for those that are still struggling in our midst, those that are going through challenges in their life, I petition, Father, for their relief and for their well-being and for their protection and blessing and whole health for them, and a fruitful and abundant life ahead. Baruch Hashem, we thank you for this high holiday, for this tabernacles, as a reminder for our time in the wilderness when you took us by the hand from the nation of Egypt to the land of Israel. We thank you for that time and for the reminder. We thank you for sending Moses and Aaron to help us, to teach us, to guide us, that the Torah we may carry from generation to generation as it is to this day. We thank you for those brave men who were with us, the leaders who are unspoken of, and those that are spoken of. We thank you greatly for all that, and we remember and we teach our children. We thank you and we bless your holy name. Amen. Amen. Okay, so this is the Feast of Tabernacles, and you're all celebrating the festival, which is wonderful and great. And those of you that are new, I guess you could learn how the festival is celebrated as well, and it'll be well worth your while to do it. On the news front, economic front, not much has changed from last time I spoke. In America, there's not a lot of change, other than, but there is actually one small change, or I should call it a change, I guess, is that there is strikes going on in Michigan area, as you know, and the unions or the workers in Michigan, the UAW, protesting for higher salaries because of recession and because of inflation and other things going on in America and the rest of the world. They're asking for 40% raise, and I think the GM and other companies that are there have offered not 40% but less, but the workers did not agree, so the strike continues. And as far as I know, there's been no resolution yet, and I guess they're still working on a resolution. The workers are understandably saying that they want to have the full 40% because of times have changed. Gas prices, petrol prices are high, and food prices have gone up, so they've got to be compensated. They're saying that whilst the companies make billions of dollars of profit, they are not compensated. The workers are not compensated in the right amount, because they are the ones who are, I guess, the worker bees, building the business. That's the story in America, the latest story, other than the House Speaker being kicked out, as you may have heard, and a new one trying to be put into place. And other than that, I don't think nothing's new in America. Everything is old. And on the Eastern Front, the war continues to rage on in Russia, with Russia and Ukraine still fighting each other, and both sides, one side being supported by Europe and other nations such as America, and Russia by itself, and maybe being supported by some other nations close to it. So that is kind of going on. No change there. Really, that's about it. So really no particular changes are occurring. Now our Parsha today is, because it's the festival, our Parsha is the last Parsha, last Torah portion called Vezot HaBrachu, which is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 1, is to do with the blessings. Here we are told that this is the blessing wherewith Moshe, the man of Elohim, blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, Yahoshua came from Sinai and rose up from Seir to them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000s of his holy ones. From his right hand went a royal decree for them. Yes, he loved the people. All his holy Kedoshim saints are in your hand, and they sat down at your feet. Everyone shall receive of your words. Moshe commanded us a Torah, even the inheritance of the congregation of Yaakov, and he was king in Yeshurun when the heads of the people and the tribes of Israel were gathered together. And then after that, what we find is that each tribe is listed, and each tribe has been given different forms of blessings in the chapter. And then the Torah concludes after Moses is shown the land of Israel from atop a mountain, and he sees the promised land. He's not allowed to enter it. He then passes on. His life is finished over there at 120, and then he's buried in an unmarked place over there, and the children of Israel enter the land, and then their story ahead begins. And we are finished the Torah portion, Torah with be strong, and may we be strengthened. So chazach, v'nitzach chazach. So after that, the following week from today, we will begin the new reading of the Torah cycle, and the whole thing will begin again. So that's kind of where we are with this on the Torah Parsha, Torah portion front. Now, coming back to our discussion, or the things that I told you, if you remember, as I want to remind you every week, so that you don't forget, that I told you that every night when you go to bed, you are gonna imagine that you have just landed $3 million or $2 million. Well, let's say $3 million. $3 million in your account, and you have to spend it that night. You can, of course, go buy your items, whatever you like, desire, car, home, jewelry, clothing, makeup, perfume, etc. But I also said that within that $3 million, you are to invest the money, and you're gonna, when you sleep at night and before, prepare yourself for bed, and you're all happy to run this exercise in your mind, and you're buying the items. You're buying your iPhone, you're buying your laptop, you're buying your house, etc. And then you're also investing. Maybe you choose to buy some stocks, maybe you choose to invest somewhere else. There are different types of investments. Maybe you choose to buy an expensive watch, invest in a watch, and maybe you sell it down the road. There's some expensive watches, and maybe jewelry and other things like that. So, and maybe a piece of land, etc. You get the gist. So you do that in your, before you kind of, close eyes, and you're doing all this rehearsal. So I want you to rehearse this every week. And we're not up 90 days. We're not even close to 90 days. We just barely started 2 to 3 weeks ago. So continue with it. And also last week instructed you to write, and I said you write 30 times what you want. Choose two or three of the most important things you desire, whether it be money, whether it be health, whether it be relation, and I want you to write it every day, in the morning when you wake up, after your breakfast, or before breakfast, whichever you prefer. And also I want you to write it in the evening before you hit bed. And if your schedule doesn't allow you in the morning and evening, if your schedule is such that you do it, for instance, maybe some people, they work shifts, and maybe they do it like maybe you work in the night shift and you sleep in the daytime, then of course you reverse it, and then you do it both at night and evening. Before you sleep in the morning, And before when you rise up in the night, if you do shift type of pattern, as some nurses, some truck drivers, people who drive, they kind of do these kind of odd shifts. So no problem, you just switch it around. Now, a very pertinent question came to me to do with how to write the affirmation, and I had a question from a student saying to me that should I write I shall receive, I will receive, I have received, or he said should I write I make, in terms of income. He asked a question, what is better? Is it better to write I make X amount of income a month, or I receive X amount of income a month or a year, or I get? So the proposition was that is it better to write I get, I receive, or I make, or I have? I guess these are the four prepositions. Now, to give you an idea on this, the easiest way to get a solution to this is to ask yourself what feels natural to you. What do you feel naturally happy to say? Do you feel naturally happy to say that I make $100,000 a year, I make $200,000 a year, I get $200,000 a year, I receive $200,000 a year. My income is, or do you say my income is $200,000 a year? What feels natural to you? Your intuition, your mind, it will tell you what feels natural to you, and what feels unnatural, I guess that will just simply be one that you do not use. In my personal experience, and I think it's a good idea for me to tell you that this will help you, what I have found to work is that here is what I found to work. I feel that all three or four of them, I get, I am making $200,000 annually, I am getting $200,000 annually income, or I am receiving $200,000 annual income. Those three ways of saying it, I found them all to work. And only what feels natural to you. So I have found they all work. Okay. Now what you got to decide is which is natural to you. And I think sometimes I've found that I may work better in certain circumstances, or I get. I found that the wording I get, or I make, or I got. Got is a kind of the present tense, like you already got it. So I've got, something, like you might say, I've got the lottery jackpot, or I've got my new car. Instead of saying I have my new car, and I have is equally as good, but for some people, I got maybe more, natural to them. There's also the getting. Getting means it's ongoing. It's not one time. See, one time event is like you bought a car. It's a one-time event for you. You say, I got my new car. Wonderful. It works great. But if it's an ongoing event, like a salary, like an income, it's ongoing. It's not something you get once. It's once you want to have it ongoing, then it's better to say, I'm getting, then name your salary, name your economy. People say, oh, the economy is bad, the economy is down, there's a recession, but you make the economy. You, the children of Israel, or those of you who are with the tribes of Israel, whoever you are, doesn't matter where you originally came from, that doesn't matter. But what matters is that you've joined to listen to the word of God. That's what's important. And if those of you who are also called part of the Israel clans, you are to be blessed as well. And for your blessings are indeed here, and they're coming, and they're going to continue to come. So therefore, there's no, oh, well, he's, black, and he's blue, and he's yellow, and he's red, and he's pink. We don't do any of that over here. Over here, he's white, and he's not. He's a half caste, and all that. We don't believe in these things. Everyone has been created by God in the image of God. The other day I was driving and outside, and a thought came to my mind that every soul, the rabbis in Israel, they would say, some of the rabbis would say, only the Jewish souls are eternal, and the Gentile souls are going to be quashed, and they're going to be destroyed, and they're going to be obliterated. By the way, that is not true. All the souls of everyone, including Gentiles, including Jews, doesn't matter what label you have given yourself, every soul is eternal and cannot be obliterated. Okay? The first thing we need to understand. It may be very hard for some people to accept what I just said, because they may question about the evil people in the world. Well, God has a way of restraining souls that have conducted evil or excessive evil, that God has a way of restraining those souls. So, they may not be obliterated because every soul has God's element in it. So, if God's element is in the soul, how can that be obliterated? It can't, but it can be restrained. So, God may choose not to reincarnate that soul, or God may choose to do something else. So, yes, so every soul is eternal in the sense that it cannot be obliterated, okay? But God has the means by which He not only sends the souls back, recycles them into new bodies, but He also can withhold or restrain souls that God knows that are not right for this planet Earth. So that's the answer to that problem. Now, talking about your personal lives, and you may ask, some people may say the question, and they may say, well, why do you have to, why should we say the affirmations every day? And this is my suggestion and instruction to you, my students, that you pick every day, you pick your time, and you say, okay, for the next, 1 hour, I'm going to allot myself 20 minutes each slot, and I'm going to say one affirmation for 20 minutes in my mind. Doesn't have to be openly, it will be in your mind, okay? So you're going to say an affirmation for 20 minutes in your mind, and then whilst you're doing whatever you're doing, you could be, watching TV maybe, watching a news clip or something. Try not to listen to news all the time, but if you do, or you might be looking at a movie or something, but in your mind's eye, in your mind, you're reciting the affirmation. Or you may focus, and you may say, okay, I'm going to spend 1 hour, and I'm going to, with focus, I'm going to spend 20 minutes on each affirmation. That's great, and you should do that. Now, your question would be, and it's a valid question. There's nothing wrong with a question like that. I certainly don't have a problem with it. You may ask the question, well, Rabbi Cohen, why should I do the reciting of the affirmations? What's that got to do with the Torah? That's exactly it, isn't it? That's got everything to do with the Torah. So that's exactly the answer. It's got everything to do with the Torah. Why the affirmations are powerful to you, and why is it that it's to do with the Torah, is when you read Psalm 23 every day, let's say, let me give you one line of Psalm 23. I won't use the Hidden Truths Hebraic Scrolls Bible. I'll use the KJV or the NKJV reading. And it says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay? The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. How many times you repeat that every time you read the Psalm? At least one time, right? Every day. If you read the Psalm twice, you'd repeat it twice, morning and evening. And if you read it once, you repeated it once, and you repeated it how many times in the week? 7 times. So if you read this Psalm every morning, and every evening, you repeated it 14 times. And if you read it only morning, you repeated it 7 times every week of your life. What is that, by the way? That is repetition. And what is an affirmation? It is repetition. So when you say in the Psalm, He restores my soul, He leads me in the cycles of righteousness. Now I'm reading from the Hidden Truths Hebraic Scrolls. He restores my soul. He leads me in the cycles of righteousness, which are the festivals, for His name's sake. Well, what does that mean? It means every time I read Psalm 23 in the morning or in the evening, and I read it every day, I'm doing affirmations. This is an affirmation. Yes, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Oh, now we repeat it again. Yes, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. For you, God, are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Every time I keep saying it, it becomes part of me. It becomes intrinsic to me. It means that God is always with me. That is the feeling that you get. Similarly, if you said in your commands, like let me find one that I can give you as a recitation. Yeah, if let's say that you said, I have 10x my income. Okay, that's a affirmation. I have 10x my income. And if you said it for 20 minutes in the hour, and you said it constantly, I have 10x my income. I have 10x my income. I have 10x my income. What is that? That you are training your mind, you're training your brain, you're training it to retain habits. By the way, habits is what makes you. When it becomes a habit and it becomes ingrained in you, then you're going to find that you actually make your 10x income. You will make it. Some of you may want to make it more than 10x. Maybe some of you go for 100x. I have 100x my income. I have 100x income. I have 100x income, or the like. So that will change your income to 100x. Yes, it won't happen in a day, but it will happen. If that's what you keep saying, it will happen. It'll become your truth. It'll become your belief. It will be what you ask for, and you will get it. That is why I instruct you that we are not just playing church over here. I'm teaching you life, how to become blessed in your life, continually blessed. So for this continuous blessing, I want you to set yourself some affirmations, and I want you to continue to say them every day for the rest of your life. Until, when I say rest of your life, I mean you're going to get this product or this blessing or the object that you desire. You're going to get it. Once you get it, then maybe you move on. Like if you were asking for a car or a new home and you got it, then of course you move on to something else, whatever other desire you have. Then you stop asking for a new home or a new car or the salary that you wanted, etc. So you do it until it comes to fruition, and then you stop and move on to the next. And you can do 3 affirmations together, you can do 5 affirmations together. It depends on your time. Depends if you're willing to spend the time. It's work. And the work will pay off handsomely. If I said to you that, hey, you can get $10 million at the end of the year, if I said to you, you can have $10 million in your account, or if you already have $10 million in your account, if I said that to you already have $10 million in your account, but there's a caveat. You can't cash it till the end of the year, till the end of 1 year. Yeah, the money is there, but you can't cash your check until the end of the 1 year period. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you'll be quite happy. You'll be happy that, hey, I have $10 million, and after 1 year, I can use it as however I wish. So wouldn't you be so happy and excited about it? Of course you will. You will be happy to wait a year. You're not going to worry about it. You're going to be waiting and you'll be counting the days. Hey, 365, 364, 363, and on it goes. So similarly, what I'm actually telling you over here, when you say that I have 10x or I have 100x my income, or I have $3 million, or I got $5 million, for instance, or $50 million, when you say that, but stick with it. Now here is the problem that people do. They keep changing their affirmation. They keep changing from one thing to another. Don't do that. Set yourself the goal. Set yourself your desire today. Ask yourself what I want in a year's time, in 6 months' time. Set that goal and then start working on it. Don't change it. Don't change it. Don't change the I get to I have or I get to I will. Just stick to it. Stick to it. Keep saying it. Keep sticking to it. Repetition counts like robotically keep doing it. It's called habit. When you get into the habit, you will become persistent in it, and it will cement deep into your mind, and it will come to pass. God will hear you. God will bless you with that blessing that you're asking for, you will fully receive it. It will become clearly evident in the 3D world. And you will know, yes, this is powerful, powerful, like magic it works. And it does. It does work, by the way. It's really great. So, blessings come in different forms and different ways and different means. So, should I tell you this story? Or maybe I can tell you this story. I needed to see the dentist. I had a little problem with a crown. So I needed to see the dentist, and I had to travel from A to B in a certain number of days. And what so happened that the dentist appointment happened to be falling on a day when I was going to be leaving the city. So, there was like a week, and for my appointment, I was like traveling 3 days before the appointment, and I wanted to get this done before I go. But, if it had to be, I can't get it done, fine, I can't get it done. But I said to myself, this is what I did. I said to myself, I'm going to get this job done. This is going to happen for me. This crown is going to be fixed for me before I go wherever I'm going. I said this to myself, sitting down one day quietly. I said to myself, and I convinced myself, and of course, the power of your words. Your words are very powerful, and I, being the Kohen, even more powerful. So I said that this is going to happen, and it shall be. I decree it, and it's done. And so what happened? I send a message to the dentist. I make a call, and I tell the dentist that I know I've got an appointment on, next week for the crown to be fixed up. But is it possible that I could get it done before I leave? And so the dentist doctor, he said to me that let me contact the people who are making the crown for you, and let me ask them if they can do it quicker. And so he found them, and he said, I'll get back to you. He found them, and straight away after 10 minutes he got back to me and said to me, sure. He said to me that come on Thursday, and I was to travel on Sunday. He said, come on Thursday, and I will do it for you personally. I will open my clinic at 11 o'clock at night, and I will fix it for you. Now, how many of you can get that type of blessing? Think about it, what just happened last week. I got my crown refitted from the time that it was supposed to be fitted, from before the time to the earlier time. In other words, if I had left for my travels, I would have had to maybe wait a week, come back from my travels, and then get an appointment, then get it done. But no, I made it happen before I leave. So when I said that, the doctor was willing to open the clinic at night when it's shut. He came in from his home, opened the clinic for me, fit my crown, and then he went home. Now, is that a blessing or not? That's a tremendous blessing. It's a huge blessing. And that only comes about when you treat yourself the right way. In other words, you have to tell yourself. Remember what I told you in one of my last lectures? I said to you that you must bless yourself every day. Don't expect just other people to bless you. You're expecting mama and papa and brothers and sisters to bless you. Maybe they're cursing. Some of those might be cursing you, might be calling you names. They're not blessing you. So you need to learn to bless yourself. I am blessed tremendously. I am special. I am enough. I am worthy. I am chosen. I am high priority. I am number one. These are the kind of blessings that you need to do for yourself every day. And if you're not doing them, then you're doing a disservice to yourself. I also said that if you don't get a longevity, however you say it, long life, then you're doing a disservice to yourself. Because if you destroy your life by drug addiction, by alcoholism, by other types of drugs and bad habits, because they are also habits, then you do a disservice to yourself and to your family. You're going to have a very long life only if you look after yourself. Okay? Like I explained to you, soda, I explained to you, pop, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Pepsi, all of these things, all these sweet things. But they can affect your body very negatively. So it's okay to have them once in a while, once a week maybe. You can drink them once a week, once every two weeks, sure. If you really crave, then you can have them once a week. But don't drink them every day. Cut them out from your diet. Don't take them, because your health is important. Your life is important to both you and your immediate family. So please think about what I said. Your bodies are designed to live for 1,000 years, and if you can't even live over 100, then that's really not a good thing. So stop listening to the world, because the world only offers you. The world has nothing to offer you. A lot of the stuff you hear from the media is all bull sugar. It's just that. There's nothing in it. So half of it is probably untrue, and the other half probably has some truth to it. So focus on yourself. Focus on your life. Think about your life. Think how important you are, not only to God but also to this world, this planet. You may have a family, brothers, sisters, husband, wife, children, father, mother, etc. Think. And maybe you don't. Maybe your wife left you. Maybe your girlfriend left you, and you're crying like a baby. But it's not the end. This is the beginning, because God will and God is sending you another, who is going to appreciate you, who is going to be appreciative of your love and kindness to that person. So think in that direction. Think like that God has given me the opportunity to be blessed by another. To be blessed by another woman or another man, and that He's going to give me another beautiful, handsome man or a beautiful girl, and I'm going to have a beautiful, happy life with that person with my blessings. Because the people that leave us or choose to leave us is because they were not meant to stay with us, and they were not meant to be blessed with us. They were only with us for a short period of time. Their journey did not entail to be with us forever. So we say, we thank them in our heart. We thank them for the time we spent with them. Maybe, it wasn't all hate. It wasn't all bad. There were good times there. Maybe there were some fights and arguments, but you had great times together. So you say, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the great times that we have together. And I also thank you for those times we argued and fought, because I learned, I grew up, I learned. And I learn from my mistakes, and I thank you, and I bless you, and I walk my path. I walk my path anew. And so bless yourself. I am blessed. I am top priority. I am chosen. I am special. Bless yourself every day. Say these things to yourself every day. Stand in front of the mirror and say them. You are blessed. You are chosen. You are high priority. You are special. And when you're sitting down and doing nothing else but watching TV maybe, or YouTube clips, I am blessed. I am chosen. I am great. I am love. I am kindness. I am special. For women, for girls, I am a queen. For men, I'm a king. For young girls, I'm a princess. For young boys, I'm a prince. You got to tell yourself these things. Nobody else is going to come and tell you that. You may have friends, family members who are jealous, who are telling you bad things or saying bad things about you. You got to tell yourself good things. It's going to come out of your mouth. If it doesn't come out of my mouth, it's going to come out of your mouth. I am telling you, the Kohen, am telling you, you're a blessed nation. You're a blessed people. You're a blessed individual. You have the right to be. You're worthy. You deserve it. You have the right to get all the best things in the world. You have the right for that. And I'm telling you this. So if I'm telling you this, then it is true. You have the right to have the best things in the world. You are worthy. You are worth having those best things in the world. You deserve it. You're deserving. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So as I'm telling you, it is also true. Abundance is your birthright. God brought you into this world to experience the goodness of this earth. You experience God's consciousness on this earth. Through you, God experiences it as well. Through you. So, God's going to give you great stuff, great things, make your life great. Sure, there will be times when you get challenges. Challenges come, but we accept them as challenges. We don't make that, it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. When you lose a job, don't fret that I've lost a job, maybe I wasn't worthy, or my employer removed me, fired me, whatever. No, because you got to be removed from one job to go to another. And maybe the second job is only temporary before you go to the next, your final destination, your final job. Because when you're moving salaries and you want to increase your income, if you're saying, I have 10x my income, then how are you going to 10x your income in your present job? Because maybe your employer in your present job is not willing to up your salary to 10x. Maybe he's only willing to give you 10% raise, like we see in the workers, those UAW workers in America, Michigan, the employers are not willing to give them 40%. How are they going to double their salary? I can tell you, there is no way, as they say, by the way, there's no hell, don't tell anybody, but hell can freeze over, they're not going to get double salary over there. So, how are they going to get double salary? They have to leave that job and move to a better job. That's how you're going to make double salary. So if you want to 10x your salary, you're going to have to leave one job and you're going to have to, piggyback. You're going to have to sidestep maybe into a number of jobs before you hit your 10x. Maybe you're going to get into business and you 10x your income. That's how it's going to happen. But once you start telling yourself that I have 10x my income, I have 100x my income, then it will happen. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. God is going to give you that, what you ask for. Speak good things. You're going to get them. But be patient. Continue to do them. Don't say, well, where is it? I don't see it. It hasn't happened yet. No, don't say that. Just keep believing. Keep doing. Keep believing. Keep doing. You will get it. God will give it to you. You will get it. Take it from me. Experienced person in the world. I've done it many times. I've got it. So you will get it. So this is why I'm telling you. Much is possible. Listen to this. I've got to tell you this. I traveled to the east, right? To my crown, right? The crown, when I came over here, the dentist said, hey, you should get a new crown because your old crown is kind of getting wear and tear. And it was pretty ancient. It's about 10 years, maybe more older. And he said to me that, hey, we've got to sort this out. And how about that I give you a new crown? I said, okay, a zirconia crown. Do you know the price of a zirconia crown in Europe and in America? My goodness. Let me ask Uncle Google. Let me just pull up my phone. What is the price of a zirconium crown in the US? Okay, let's see what it comes back with. Zirconia crown's price in the US. Let's see. What does Uncle Google tell me? Uncle Google is telling me that, let's see, between $1,000 and $2,500. And you can do this on your phone just as I done it. Uncle Google is saying that if I get a zirconia crown, it says zirconia crowns can cost between $1,000 and $2,500 on average, which is significantly more than a traditional crown. Okay, I got a zirconia crown. Do you know how much I paid? Let me tell you how much I paid. A discount value. The doctor gave me a discount because he became my friend. I paid $122. Stop. Listen again. I paid $122. How much did I save? I mean, my goodness, $1,000, $2,000. That's a huge amount. That's like somebody's monthly salary. No. I paid $122. That's the blessing God gave me. Now you think about it. Am I blessed or not blessed? I am mightily blessed. I am tremendously blessed. I am, a part of a blessed nation. So it's incredible. I said to a friend of mine, I said, listen, if you're going to get the job done in America, you want to get a crown done, you want to get an implant, my goodness, you're struggling to make ends meet, and you're worried about your next check. I manage, I pay the bills and everything, and thank you God that I'm able to do that. But I said, you do not have spare money to put a crown on for $2,500 or to put an implant. My goodness, what's the value of an implant? I'm going to have to ask Uncle Google. I don't know the latest prices. Okay, let's ask Uncle Google. What is the price of a implant in the US? Maybe, yeah, okay, so it's I think, yeah, here it is. Let me tell you. Overall, implants are a lifetime investment.
According to Forbes, overall, implants are a lifetime investment and are priced accordingly. Levin estimates the total cost per tooth, start to finish, normally runs between $3,000 and $4,500, and a person who needs a mouthful of implants is looking at a final price of between $60,000 and $90,000.
Okay, so an implant in the US costs between $3,000 and, as a lady said it, $4,500. Let me tell you what the price of an implant over here is. The doctor told me. The doctor said to me, I asked him the cost. I said, what is the cost of an implant over here? And he said to me, let me calculate the price for you. And he said, I can get you an implant for, and he said, you normally pay a little bit more over here. But he said, I can get you an implant for, let me see, let me convert that into dollars. He said to me, I can get you an implant for $600. Okay, now what's 6,000 and what's $600? 6,000 is like 10 times the amount. So are you blessed 10 times or not? I am blessed 10 times. I am blessed 10 times, Baruch Hashem. You are blessed 10 times, Baruch Hashem. You know, if you want to get an implant done, come visit me in the East. Now that I'm here, and before I go back to America, come visit me in the East, and I can, help you do that. I can get you a really good doctor, and I can get you to get a real discounted implant, real goods with zirconia crown. Zirconia crown alone costs more money in America than the thing itself, implant. A lifetime implant of titanium you can have. So I suggested to my friend, I said, listen, I know it's very expensive in America, and she's from Mexico. So I said to her, why don't you go back to Mexico? Mexico's right next door, and you can get a cheap implant over there. And I don't know why she doesn't want to go to Mexico, but I said, okay, whatever problems you have with Mexico, maybe your family's distance, and maybe you haven't met them for last 30 years or whatever. So I said, why don't you come to the East? Come to the East, and I will, pick you up from the airport. I will keep you in my home, and I will take you to the doctor, and I will get you the implants. And all you have to do is pay for the ticket and pay for the implant. Maybe she only needs one implant. Maybe she needs two. I reckon she only needs one. And maybe she just needs some, work done on her teeth. And all that could be done, if all she needed was one implant for $600, a ticket money of about, let's say, I don't know, $1,200 maybe, and a total cost of $1,800 plus some, let's round it up to $2,000. Let's give her $500 for the, for spending money. So she could do the whole thing for $2,500, less than the cost of an implant in America. Implant in America with zirconia crown, $4,500. Now ask yourself the question, is it a blessing to come to the East and get it for, including travel money, get it for $2,500, including travel, including food? Think about it. Absolutely it is. And maybe you could do the same in Mexico. Maybe you could go to Mexico and do it for less than that. But I'm telling you, it's a heavy, heavy blessing. I'm heavily blessed. It's a heavy blessing for you to be blessed like that. So, Baruch Hashem, I'm instructing you, do not waste good money in the US or Europe. I would suggest for those of you living in the UK, in France, Germany, go to a place called Slovakia. It's not very far away from you, and they do real good implants over there at discounted prices. I had mine done over there about 8 years ago. So 8 years ago, Baruch Hashem, I got them done over there at pretty discounted rate. The clinic still is there. It's called the Smile Clinic. Real good, very helpful people. They'll send a car to the airport to pick you up, and they'll take you to your hotel, and they'll send a car to pick you up from the hotel to the clinic. They'll do the whole thing for you with a package. If you're in Europe You want to get implants, you want to get zirconia crowns, whatever the like, go to Slovakia. Beautiful country, beautiful people. I love it. It's beautiful, beautiful country. And I think that if I'm not wrong, did not the 45th president, Mr. Trump, did not his wife also come from somewhere over there, Slovakia or Slovenia, one of these countries? So, okay, so look after your health, okay? Because why am I asking you to put implant if you have difficulty with teeth? Why? Because you're going to live many, many years. You're going to live a long life. Well, if you're going to live a long life, don't you want to have good teeth to eat the healthy foods that you eat? Sure you do. So with that, remember what God said in Psalm 24. He shall receive the blessing from Yudhe Wahe, and for obedience to his voice from the Elohim of his rescue, of his salvation. He shall receive the blessing. You're going to continue to receive blessings from God. Continually, every day. You're a blessed nation. You're a blessed person. You deserve to be blessed. You are blessed. So should you not be thinking about your health and your life and what you're going to do, maybe that one set of teeth having difficulties like I did with the little filling issue or a crown issue. I had that problem. I did not have $2,500 to give for a crown. So I wasn't going to give $2,500 for a crown. So this is the thing, right? Baruch Hashem, I'm so very happy, and I can instruct you and guide you and also help to bless you. So Baruch Hashem, any of you need advice in that direction, you need cheaper medical care, I can assist you with that, I can help you, I can guide you, and I can, write to me, email me, my email is on the website that is out there, abrahamicfaith.info, forever-israel.com, go to the websites, you'll find the information, email information there, shimon63@yahoo.com. Write to me, shimoun63@yahoo.com. Now also, before I finish, I want to mention, if you haven't already done it, this is the time during the festivals that you not only bless yourself, you make a re-covenant with God, a covenant of marriage with God. You say to God that I re-covenant myself to you, I make this covenant again with you of marriage, that you are my God and I am your son, your daughter, etc. I'm your people, and you are continually blessing me, and you're going to continually be blessing me going forward. And I thank you that, and I thank you for the times you were with our people coming out of Israel, coming out of Egypt. So you do that, and you thank God, and now you're fixed up with God as well. So this is the time to do it. We are still in the festival. Do it today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Do it today, and then it will be done. Face the east and do it. And you are mightily blessed. You are heavily blessed. God is blessing you tremendously. So stick with it and go and stick with the affirmations I told you, and they will be given to you. Whatsoever you shall believe. Remember what Jesus also said. Whatsoever you shall believe that you have it, and it will be yours. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. Okay, so have a wonderful holidays ahead, high holidays, wonderful time. I think that in Canada, those of you in Canada, aren't you having a Thanksgiving? So happy Thanksgiving to you in Canada. I'm not quite sure what the tradition is in Canada, whether you eat turkey like in America or whether you have something else. But, be blessed and be happy and be thankful and have a wonderful, wonderful time. Shabbat shalom, shalom, shalom to you.